Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. It is still Monday, the 9th of March, 2020. So I have to look at it, otherwise I'm not sure if I'm ever going to say the right one. So I brought this closer. People said they were having a hard time hearing me if it was farther back, so I brought it closer. So I don't have a fire going tonight because it was 65 degrees today and it's still in the 60s, so no fire. Alright, so we're going to get right into the topic of this. Alright, so all around the country, the United States, other parts of the country or the world as well, they're doing a lot of self-quarantining. Okay, so we're going to talk about self-quarantining a little bit. Will self-quarantining work? It is already proven that no, self-quarantining does not work. You had a student go out and attended some meeting with a whole bunch of other students while he was under self-quarantine. You just had another group of people that were, a family that went out and about and did whatever they wanted to do under their own self-quarantine. Why will self-quarantining not work? Very, very simple answer, to be honest with you, my friends, is this: selfishness. We live in a very, very selfish society. Very selfish. We live in a very me society. It's all about me. That's it. I'm not going to consider anybody else or think of anybody else ever. It's only about me. So that is the number one problem with self-quarantine. I just saw that Spain basically put the entire country into quarantine. Restricting travel, restricting, you can't leave your house. You can't go anywhere unless you have permission to a doctor's appointment or whatever the case may be. So think about that. Let's think about that. Will that work? Okay. Now I'm going to tell you right now. Even over in China when they were trying to quarantine whole cities and stuff like that, that's never ever going to work. There's no way you can watch everything, know all the ins and outs, that every nook and cranny. People that live in areas know their area. They know how to sneak around if they need to sneak around, and they will find a way to sneak around. I mean, that's just what people do. That's the way we are in general as a human race. We have a tendency to be, they're not telling me what to do. And it's kind of funny, but it's not funny. But again, and this whole self-quarantine nonsense is... there's just no way that is ever going to work. Absolutely not ever going to work. And it's already been proven. And so how many people... So then there was a gentleman in Japan, and I don't know if you guys saw this one, found out he did have the coronavirus. So what did he do? He went out clubbing. He went out partying. He figured, screw it, I'm going to get as many people infected as I can. You will have people like that as well. They get the virus and they're going to try to spread it around. It's just like when AIDS came out, okay? Now, so we'll just use AIDS as a correlation to this. When AIDS came out, you had certain people that found out that they had AIDS and were so angry, okay, that they went out and tried to give it to everybody that they possibly could. Now, is that rational? Is that the way that you should do things? In the early age of AIDS, that was a death sentence. So, but that did happen. Okay, obviously AIDS is much more contained now. They have the cocktail of medications that they can give people. Magic Johnson is one that he has. He was HIV positive, and they have got it now so that you can't even detect it in his blood, because first of all, he's got money. So when you got money, you can try every experiment that they possibly have. So that's always really, really helpful. But you can get the best medicine that's out there. Okay, so, but like I said, they've made a lot of strides since the early days, of HIV. But again, same type of thing. People are finding out they have the virus, the COVID-19, and they're so angry and they're frustrated or whatever the case may be, that they want to go out and infect other people. I don't understand that mentality. I don't know why you would intentionally try to harm other people. Again, it comes down to selfishness. We have a very narcissistic society now. People do not think of other people. They only think of themselves, their own immediate wants and needs. And that's sad. It really is. In my opinion, that's not how it should be. We should all be thinking of others, what we can do to help each other out. I think that's important. That's just me. That's how I feel about that. and you know, that's just the way it is. So I wanted to do this video because I saw that the different things that were going on. The cases in New York continue to rise, obviously. New Jersey just declared a state of emergency as well. And like I said, a lot of the states are declaring the states of emergency early on to free up that federal money, that emergency Fed money, so that they can put it towards, hopefully, let me put that out there, that they're going to use it to hopefully fight the virus. And that it's not going to end up lining somebody's pocket. That's a possibility too. We just, we don't know. So I did want to tell you what we did tonight. My mom came over, and so she's got her vehicle's much bigger, and it's got a lot of space for cargo and stuff like that. So made some phone calls after I did my first video earlier. I have stone and fill dirt coming in tomorrow, and so that's going to be fun, and it's going to be busy, but that's okay. So we're going to have that going on tomorrow, and we went down today, and I looked under my building and saw, how many paving stones, the flat stones like this, about that long, how many of those I had, and then how many, cinder blocks. So we have to pick up a grand total of 64 of the flat stones, because we use 2 in each one. So you have, there's 7 layers, or rows, 7 rows, 4 in a row. So it was, that's 28, right? If I'm correct. Yeah, 7 times 4 is 28. So, and then you're looking at 2 on each one, so there's your 64. So, if I'm right on that. Yeah, 28 and 8 is 16. Going blank here. I'm tired right now, guys. I really can't think. So, hold on a second. So, 28. It's 28 posts it's going to be. So, 56. Why did I think 64? I don't know. So, 56 of those we need. So, I was wrong. We picked up 51 today because we went down to one of the local Lowe's, and all I had was 51. So, we picked up 51. So, we had to load the cart. Well, when I say we, I mean me. I had to load the cart. Then we went up and we cashed out, and then some kid came out with us and helped load it in the car. And so, it's amazing when you have like a 21-year-old kid and you're doing 2 to 1 what he does. It's just like, let's go, let's get it done. So then we got back to the house here, and I had to unload all those. So we have 51 of those. So now we only need 5 more. So that actually makes it better. So we're going to be doing some trips and getting more and getting the cinder blocks. I think we need about 100 cinder blocks, and I'm going to get 100. I think it was actually 84 that I needed. So, but I'm going to get more just because I'm going 3 high with those. So what you got 28 spots times 3. So 60, 84. So we need 84, but I'm going to get 100 just so we have overkill for right now. And we can use some for steps to get into the building once it's in place. So that's the game plan with that. So we're going to work on getting that in here as well. So I will be having stone delivered tomorrow. I'll be spreading stone out, working on doing that. And I'm not sure that they can get the fill in there or not because it is so wet. But even if I just get the 2 loads of gravel in tomorrow, I would be happy with that because it's at least progress. So we'll see what happens with that. But so that's what we're doing. Just trying to get things squared away. I can get the building by the end of next week. So I think what we're going to shoot for, hopefully things can dry out a little bit more. And by the beginning of next week, I can call him and set a day and have him deliver the building. So I just have to coordinate because I need to have bodies here to help put the blocks in place and that type of stuff. So that's going to be fun. So anyway, so that's what we're working on. But so it shall be interesting. I will say that it's going to be an interesting few days here, trying to get things coordinated and squared away, and hopefully the weather cooperates, and we'll see how it all pans out. But so that's a game plan. But other than that, we're just going to keep doing what we do, and we're going to go from there. It's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks, to say the least. But the spring is here. Hopefully, this weather stays decent, and we can start getting some things going. So there's a lot of things that I want to get rocking, And so that's what we're going to do. I want to hear your guys' feedback, though, with this video, as far as what do you think with self-quarantining? Will it work? Will it not work? Will quarantines work, or will they not work? In my opinion, neither will work. The first one, self-quarantining, won't work because some people will abide by it right down the line and do the right thing, but there's also people that won't. So, those are the people that are going to ruin it for everybody. If you do a major quarantine, people will still find a way around a major quarantine. There's no doubt about that. They will. Unless you are shooting people that are breaking the quarantine. So, that's one way to keep people more in check and to do the right thing. But again, I don't think you're going to see that happening in the United States, because in the United States, people will shoot back. So, and I say that in jest, of course, but I think that is a real possibility. I see quarantines coming here as well as things continue to accelerate. Too many people are poo-hooing this thing still. I find that really interesting. Like I said, there's a lot we're not being told, and so time will tell. And again, I will say this, as I've said right along, I hope I am wrong. I hope I'm not right. And I hope that I'm the first one to have to eat humble pie and get on here in front of you all and say, I was wrong, I apologize. I hope that's what I have to do. I don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't. I'm always going to preach calm. I do not preach panic. I'm not a Chicken Little, the sky is falling type of thing. I am a more of prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's always been my mantra and always will be my mantra. But with the building being done quickly like it is done, and I know the reason why. So why is the building done so quick? Okay, I think because here we are in the beginning of March, people are not ordering buildings, especially in the Northeast yet, because it's still technically winter. And so because we ordered the building as early as we did, they normally say 4 to 6 weeks because of, whatever their back orders are. I don't think they had any back orders. So they were able to build that building very, very quickly. So that's a good thing. Which means we'll have it in place and we can start working on it, and it gives us all the rest of spring, summer, fall, before the winter comes, so that we have it livable for them. And that's what we're going to be working on. So anyway, I am going to jump off here. I'm going to get this video up for you guys. So I want to definitely hear your feedback. Some people were asking me to go live tonight. I'm beat. I'm not going to go live tonight. I will go live on Wednesday like I normally do. So I will see you guys all Wednesday, and we will discuss everything then, whatever is going on between times. And the market did end up dropping 2,000 points today. And so obviously that it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I know right now they're saying the futures are up 200 points, but it's way too early. Could be a little bit of a bounce back tomorrow. Wouldn't surprise me if we had somewhat of a bounce back. But, time was going to tell. But when you have a 2,000 point drop, or more than 7% in the market, that's a lot. So very interesting. Need to pay attention to it. So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That's important. Remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one stopping you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you, okay? So I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody's having a great night, and I will see you later. Prep Nurse 1 out for now.